No mai hoki mai ki toku hongere YouTube. My name is Alexis Paul and I am the Māori housewife. If you have watched my previous video on the first step on from being a tomboy into becoming a feminine lady, then welcome back. And if you have not watched that yet, put a pause on this one and go back to the first videos so you could be refreshed and reminded of what the first step was and how important it is to renew your mind when it comes to things feminine. So we're going to get straight into things. Step number 2, and from being a tomboy into becoming more feminine and ladylike. Confession. So what I mean by confession is you have to acknowledge it, you have to say it. So our first step, just a reminder, our first step was renewing the mind and how important it is to renew your mind. Because if you are sowing constantly thoughts on negative things in regards to femininity, then you are going to reap that and you are going to act that out and live it out. So step number 1, renew your mind, and step number 2, confession. What is confession? I looked it up and it's the acknowledgement of who we are, what we believe, or what we have done. And so when we confess something, we're confessing to something of who we are, we're confessing to something of what we believe in, or we are confessing to something of what we have done. Renewing of the mind is a great starter, and that's why I did that as step number 1. But because our minds have a tendency of disliking or disapproving or discouraging things that are feminine traits or aspects, for example, having our hair out, wearing a dress, wearing makeup, agreeing to pretty things, sparkles, jewelry. We need help with establishing it in our mind, and in order to help it we need to confess it. So start thinking, I love that color, I love pink, I love being a feminine woman, I love embracing myself as a lady. You say it out loud and you're confirming it to yourself, like, no, I am that person, I am feminine, I am beautiful, no, I love those things, I love sparkles, I love pink. So it is an important thing to say it out loud to help you with the next steps of becoming more of a feminine lady. When you say it, there's such power in the tongue that it can help your feelings to follow after. And a reference to that is Proverbs 18:21, and it says, got it on my phone, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." And it's just so true. The words we speak not only reflect who we are, but it also shapes our thoughts, and our thoughts shape our physical structure of our brains. There is this lady, her name is Dr. Caroline. If you don't know her, feel free to give her a look up. She is a neurologist, I think that's how you pronounce it. She's one that has studied the brain, its thought processes, how the brain functions, and all of that awesome stuff. She just proves that when we think negatively, discouraging thoughts, depressing thoughts, etc., then it is giving you toxic, deformed, dysfunctional brain cells. Our brain cells get damaged when we think negative thoughts. This is what Dr. Caroline Leaf has found. It was mentioned in her notes as well. When we continue to think those negative thoughts, our body reacts to it. Our body becomes sick. It's just wise not to think those things. But when we think positively, Dr. Caroline has said that it restores all those damaged brain cells and improves the health of the whole body. And so it's just so much more fun and so much more better for our body when we think positive things, when we think great things of ourselves, of our body, of situations, just believing the best. And I'll get into more of that sometime down later on this YouTube journey. Have you ever heard that saying, where the mind goes, the life follows? It is just so true. As I said in my previous video, you think it, you meditate it, you become it. Because whatever you believe, that's what you're going to reflect. That's who you're going to be and how you're going to act. And it's just everything that you believe in. So it's how you're going to respond to situations, and it's how you're going to be like. So if you believe that you're a tomboy and you hate pink things and you hate feminine things, you hate your hair out, you're going to believe it and you're just going to stay like that for however long. Because that was like me. I fully believed I was a straight up tomboy and I would never get into feminine things, and it wasn't until I was born again, and it wasn't until I started learning more about the Bible, learning more about God and His mind on femininity, His mind on beauty and creativity, that I started diving into femininity and love it. I just love it so much. I enjoy it. It's such a pleasure to me. So to help establish something in our minds, we need to confess it. We need to confess it out loud. Dr. Caroline has said to build a long-term memory, it takes 21 days with daily deliberate mind, thinking and work, or to turn a new thinking habit into a conscious mind to impact how you function will take another 42 days. So what it comes up to is a thought with an effective lifelong change will take at least 63 days. So it is a while. It took me 2 years. I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about breaking old habits and creating new habits. Yeah, and to break that habit of our mind straight away thinking negative things towards femininity, towards beautiful things, start saying it, confessing it, and say, I love pink, I love wearing dresses, I can't wait to get dressed tonight to go to dinner, I can't wait to have my hair out, I can't wait to brush my hair in the mirror, I can't wait to get all gorgified and look all deliciously gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to buy more feminine clothes and decorate my room, beautify my wardrobe, have more feminine things in my house. I'm just so excited. I can't wait. The more you do that, the more you say it out loud and confess it, it helps confirms it and it helps you believe it yourself. The things that we disliked as tomboys, we can fully change it, our mindset in that area. And it's in a way that when we do confess it, we're confirming it with ourselves, with who we are. Our feelings will follow in the end, and your mind is renewed. You love it. You start confessing it. You start saying it out loud. You're more confident with saying those things. You're more confident with being around those things. Yeah, you're more confident with it, and it's just awesome. Alright, that is my second tip in from being a tomboy into becoming more feminine and ladylike. So thank you all so much for watching again. I really appreciate it, and thank you all so much for your comments on the last video. I'm so blessed to have such amazing people to support me on this journey that I'm doing. It is very new to me, but I'm just excited for what God is going to do. So stay tuned for tip number 3 from being a tomboy into becoming a feminine lady. Alright, bless you all and have such a fantastic day. Bye!